So we're coming along pretty good on the bumper here. I've been slacking off a little bit lately on it, um, but I'm slowly piecing it together one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime theme. I'm gonna have a bolt here, bolt here, bolt here, bolt here, bolt here, and that's all bolted up right there. I've got 3 bolts here, one more to put in there. I'm going to trim this excess off a little bit and grind it down pretty close. I want to leave a little bit of room for the weld though. Leave that on. It doesn't really hurt anything. And you'll notice I kind of took a 4-inch grinder and a cutting wheel and made a cut on the bend line on the outside, and that made it easier for me to bend this without it kind of rolling, having a rolled edge, because I wanted this to be a sharp angle edge, you know, like 90-degree sharp angle. And so and it's easier to bend this in a vise, because I put this in the vise and I hammered on this part of it to get it to bend over. And you probably could just use like a crescent wrench, put, you know, adjustable crescent wrench on this and just leverage it with your arm and bend it over real easy. It's not hard to do. Still got to put this piece on over here and weld it up. This isn't rusted out over here, it was just in here and in here and all along the bottom. But it is stronger than the original bumper was. A lot stronger, I believe, when it was rusting out, because there was a twist in the bumper, had a twist in it. And I believe that's because the twist is over here on this side. And that's because it all rusted out here, and they were stepping on the bumper as it was rusting out, and it was twisting it, bending downward when they stepped on it, and it put a twist in the support channel inside that holds the cover of the bumper to it. The support channel is just like a U-shaped channel, like rectangular square tubing, runs all along here, and that's still in good shape. That's what I welded this flat bar to here. And so what happened was I had to figure out how not to put too much weld on here so that it would not pull back on me and create a reverse effect twist the opposite direction. So I bolted this piece up first to the bumper, and then as I was welding this and putting tack welds on it, it pulled the twist out of it, and now it's just about perfectly parallel all the way across. And you have to watch that when you're welding on flat bar and parts like this, doing retrofitting, because the part you're welding is going to pull, and it's going to create, you know, probably a reverse effect that you don't really want. So you have to control your welding, you know, put a tack over here, and, you know, let it cool down a little bit. Don't just do one continuous weld all the way across, or this thing is going to look like a banana when you get done with it. Another thing is, when I first started welding this flat bar, which was right here in the core area on this one-sided edge, this flat bar started to turn into a banana when I got done welding this 1-foot section right here, or this 13-14-inch section. And so then what I had to do is I had to apply heat onto it to get it to reverse the opposite direction. But it wasn't too bad, you know, it was no big deal. But so now I'm piecing it together. It's almost done. I might put another bolt in it right here, maybe have 2 bolts here. Yeah, and that's about it. But other than that, you know, everything's going pretty good on it, and no worries. It's strong though. It's really strong. You don't have to use really, you know, thick, heavy-duty steel to do something like this. This is just a repair job to get it back to the way it was structurally. This is just, I think this is, well, it's very thin material. I mean, it doesn't even seem like it's 1/16 of an inch thick. You know, it's probably a 1/16 or so, maybe a little more than that thickness. But, you know, once you start welding parts together at 90-degree angles and so forth, I mean, this thing stiffens up hard as a rock. So, a lot better than it was. And I think I'm going to add like some pad eyes right here. You can see where the structural support to the bumper, the other end attaches to the truck frame. So one on each side. So I might add a pad eye, you know, to give it that 4x4 rugged look that everybody likes so much. You know what I'm talking about. And another thing I wanted to mention is, if I do put a pad eye right here and a pad eye right here, or a shackle, not a pad eye but shackles right here, when I mount this bumper to the truck, if I do use it for trailer towing, I don't think this, I think, you know, all this will be just enough for pulling a small utility trailer. But if I put shackles on it, one on each side, and I end up trying to pull something with a tow hook, that would probably work too. But when you're pulling stuff at angles like this, you're going to get like torsional twist and stuff on the bumper. So I think I'm going to add, once it's mounted to the truck, I'm going to add a piece of angle and weld it to the bumper, or this piece of angle, weld it here, have it go diagonally up to this flat bar, weld it here, have another one welded here going down to this. So you'll have two pieces of angle for extra structural support to prevent that load torsional twist torquing when you're grabbing stuff and pulling it at angles. You know, just a little extra support. You know, probably don't have to do it, but I might do it anyway just for the heck of it. And that's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll probably do another one again when it's all done, and that'll be my final video on this project. Thanks for watching.